19-year-old EU official's daughter, raped and drowned by Afghan refugee. She helped welcome the shocking Freiburg murder that rocked Germany. One documented example occurred on the 16th of October 2016 in Freiburg, Germany, involving a young volunteer who, dedicated her time to supporting refugees. Maria Leidenberger, 19-year-old medical student at the University of Freiburg, was the daughter of a high-ranking EU official and had grown up in a multicultural environment. Having lived in Brussels and other cities passionate about humanitarian causes, she volunteered with the student group Refugees Welcome and local initiatives helping asylum seekers integrate through language classes, cultural outings and practical aid, like shopping assistance. Her family described her as empathetic and idealistic, driven by a desire to repay the opportunities Germany offered immigrants like her Greek mother. That evening, after attending a Sheech Rise Tapmas market and a university event, Leidenberger was cycling home alone through a wooded park path near the Dreisam River when she was brutally attacked. Hussein K., 23-year-old Afghan asylum seeker who had arrived in Germany in 2015, claiming to be a minor, later verified as an adult via dental exams, pushed her, dragged her into the underbrush, raped her, and then drowned her by holding her head underwater until she died from asphyxiation and trauma. Her body was discovered the next morning by a jogger partially clothed and showing signs of extreme violence. Hussein had been granted temporary residence in Freiburg and was after his asylum claim and was receiving welfare benefits. But he had a history of petty crimes and had dropped out of integration programs. Afghanistan is a predominantly Muslim country, and the perpetrator was from a Muslim background. Though the attack was not motivated by religion, prosecutors cited Sir Wes actual frustration and opportunity in a city hosting thousands of refugees. He was arrested days later after DNA from the scene matched him during a routine hospital check for an unrelated injury. In a chilling detail, he confessed to police that he had targeted her because she appeared vulnerable and alone, later stealing her bicycle to flee the trial in 2018 convicted Hussein K. of rape and murder, sentencing him to life imprisonment, Germany's harshest penalty. The court rejected his defense of cultural differences or trauma from his journey, emphasizing the premeditated brutality. The case ignited national outrage in Germany amid the 2015-2016 migrant influx of over 1 million people, mostly from Muslim-majority countries. It fueled debates on asylum vetting, with critics pointing to overloaded systems that failed to detect his age or risks. Freiburg alone housed 2,000 unaccompanied minors. That year, Mariah's parents, in a poignant victim impact statement, forgave him publicly but called for better safeguards for volunteers, saying she died doing what she loved, building bridges. This incident remains tragic and anomalous. Germany's Welcome culture has integrated millions successfully, with violent crimes by refugees comprising less than 1% of total offences per official stat. Yet it highlights strains during peak migration, including assaults on women up 10% in some areas per 2016 reports, often tied to socioeconomic isolation, PTSD, and poor oversight, rather than faith-balanced views from sources like the German Institute for Human Rights note such cases as outliers exploited by far-right narratives, while NGOs like Pro-ASL advocate for enhanced mental health support to avert them for broader context. Similar low incidence patterns appear in other EU countries, underscoring the need for resourced integration over backlash.